Our next panel will explore what happens when women take the lead. I love that topic. We know that empowered and educated women mean stronger and healthier homes and communities. However, we also know women are underrepresented at decision-making tables around the world. How can we get more women into positions of power, and why is it so important? Let's invite our next speakers up to discuss in more depth. Please welcome on stage the panel's moderator, Fanny Agostini, presenter on Thalassa, and speakers Soham Wardini, Mayor of Dakar, Carmen Munoz-Dormoy, CEO of Citelum, and Mounia Kotni of the Paris Women for Climate Mentorship Program. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome, all. I'm delighted to be here with you at this third Women for Climate conference. Pleased for two reasons. For one thing, because the network of committed women is growing. It's spreading throughout the different cities of the world. And I personally have come here seeking inspiration from you and encouragement. So thank you for joining us. I think that putting women in the limelight, our heroines, is going to give us the necessary impetus to develop our abilities, our intellectual abilities, our skills, our power to change the world. So thank you for being here. We're going to hear Carmen Munoz-Dormoy first, who runs a subsidiary of EDF, the French power company, a subsidiary called Citelum. So my first question to you, madam, is that you run a huge company, and I'm curious as to how you reach this position of responsibility. Answer. For one thing, EDF, the French power company, does much to promote women in the company, and it's a technological company, so it's true that there are few women CEOs in this industry, but I'm lucky enough to be in this position. But when I go out into the field with my deputy, I'm always taken for his secretary. So, you know, there's much to change it. There's a lot of room for improvement. Now, the first thing we need to do is make sure that the law is upheld, that we abide by the law, that women's equality as guaranteed by the law becomes a reality on the ground. And this has got to be the case in businesses. EDF intends to increase the number of women in managerial committees, and every year the shareholders are informed of efforts to do this. And so far, so good. Second effort is to stamp out stereotypes. I don't look like a CEO, apparently, but I am, so that's a stereotype for you right there. Women's in a position of responsibility is the way forward. Yes, a woman can be a CEO. The mayor of a major city can be a woman. And we need to fight in the private sector against sexism, everyday, ordinary, garden variety sexism. EDF is fighting for zero tolerance when it comes to any degrading behavior or statement against women. The third thrust of our efforts, after stamping out stereotypes and fighting for equal rights, is daring to do. I always take this example. I always give the example of the ball, the dance. When I was young, I would sit quietly in the sidelines and wait for someone to come along and invite me to dance, a boy. And if you behave that way, well, you're dead in the water. No one would come to you and ask you to dance if you were just sitting quietly. It didn't work. This is not the right approach. So I see there are some men in the audience. There are mothers and fathers in the audience. So your children, your girls, should be told right from the start that you've got to throw yourself onto the dance floor. Don't sit by and wait for an invitation to dance. Get up and dance. Take power. No one's going to give it to you. You have to take it. I succeeded. Look at me, and others have as well. We are less and less alone, I would say. We have a very convincing example by your side, Soham El Wardini, mayor of Dakar, the very first mayor of Dakar. I am the first woman to have been elected to the position of mayor in the capital of Senegal, and I was only elected in late September. I was elected, but I worked on at the mayor's office. We had drafted a program for the city of Dakar, an excellent program. So I've pursued that program and added a few personal feminine touches to the program. My term will end at the end of this year. I wanted to make of Dakar a clean city. The clean Dakar involves the efforts of women. In my first statement, I asked women to get involved. Without the involvement of the community, we will make no progress. With urban sprawl, with rural exodus, cities are becoming very, very highly populated and sometimes overpopulated. Our goal is to clean up Dakar and to green Dakar. You know, the Dakar is built on the peninsula of Cape Verde, and with all of the construction that's been undertaken, we have no parks, we have no gardens, children have nowhere to play. So I've taken up the challenge with all the women of Dakar. Without women, nothing can be done. Women are mothers, they are the anchor of the family unit, they organize the family, they clean the house, so they've got to be involved in this project. And as part of the fight against climate change, they have a role to play. In Dakar, with European funding, we've set up a platform that women have been playing a significant role in. They raise awareness in the community and in schools. Every school in Senegal has got an environment club, and we raise awareness in our children regarding the environment. This year, with the plastic peril threatening our cities, we asked our pupils that whatever piece of plastic it was should be collected in a container and sold. There's a company that buys that waste plastic and recycles it to build school furniture and furniture for use in public administration. We can't enjoy good health if our city is not clean. So we've urged our citizens to make our environment clean every day in their consumption habits and patterns and the way they coexist. We have a project that calls on all our citizens to get involved to make the city more attractive and healthier. This program urges the inhabitants of Dakar to behave eco-responsibly in their consumption and in order to build a sustainable city. So the clean Dakar means clean behavior, clean choices of energy, clean consumption patterns. This program promotes eco-citizenship and will help Dakar fight against pollution that is visible across the territory. A clean Dakar is a safe Dakar where each individual is concerned with the well-being of his or her fellow citizens. Those are our goals, and I only have 10 months to reach these goals, and I hope that with the support of all the women and the young people of Dakar, we will succeed. Thank you very kindly. Mounia and Kotni. This probably speaks to you, a clean Dakar. When it comes to plastic waste, you know a lot about this because you have a 100% female team and you have got your own project. What's it all about? I co-founded a grassroots organization with my sister. It's called Balitai, and a couple of other women. We are concerned with plastic straws, an absolute scourge. Every day, 1 billion plastic straws are used. Used means manufactured using oil. They're shipped. They're used for what? A couple of minutes, time it takes to sip your mojito, and then they are thrown away, generating a significant volume of waste in our trash bins and in incinerators. I find them on sidewalks, and I find them in the sea. They are easily blown away off the table, and in Paris they're blown into the Seine and they're washed away into the oceans. We, as citizens, can the 300 people who are here today commit to order a drink, whatever it is you're having, without a straw, please?
Order your drink sans paille. Ça fait déjà 300 et quelques.
So that's how you say it in French, sans paille, please. And our association supports restaurant owners. Yes, the customer demands a straw, so we've got to offer an alternative. What about stainless steel straws? I'd like to offer each and every one of you a stainless steel straw. Here you are. And we also have partnered with businesses that have pledged to no longer sell plastic straws and small plastic objects. And we have a petition on change.org. We are a citizens movement. We have 180 signatures so far. The petition has been online for a year and a half, and Europe is committed to banning some dozen small plastic objects between now and 2021. So citizens acting with cities in partnerships for cleaner cities, with the catering industry can make a difference, and we have to start with a change in our behaviors. And there will be a campaign against plastic, what have you, plastic cups, plastic this, plastic that, things that you don't even notice because they're everywhere. Let me specify that you are a volunteer, that all of this work is done in your spare time. Is this a strength? Is working in a volunteer capacity a plus? What about the energy required and the vision? Well, there are 4 of us on the board. We have 15 volunteers, and they're all women. I'm an anthropologist by training. My subject is gender, so I can't help but seeing that 100% volunteer is good. We have got young women, we've got students, we've got older women who come to us. So on a small scale, and you, in your capacity, we can serve to inspire other women. If she's doing it, why not me, is the idea. I can go around to the bars and restaurants in my neighborhood to spread the word, and we want to avoid putting women in a precarious position, women who are struggling between jobs. It's our job to talk to the press, to put in for funding, and the Women for Climate is a very inspiring model. Our mentor has really helped us work more professionally. So we hope that there will be 25 cities, not 10, that there won't be 15 restaurants, but 250 involved, and that we can finally pay someone a salary and create a job for a start. And we have an ambassador who's joined us from Dakar. She's already spoken to or convinced 4 restaurants to stop using plastic straws, and there will be a campaign to fight against plastic pollution, and you will be urged to join us, Madam mayor of Dakar. Carmen, how does inspiration spread through businesses? How can businesses create momentum? Well, this morning, the chairperson of C40, Anne Hidalgo, told us that we all have different perspectives, not better, not worse. Businesses need women because they need talent. Women represent more than 50% of all the talent in the world, and as a woman, I am banking on the fact that the business of the future will be responsible or will disappear. It's that simple. Irresponsible behavior that gets you awarded contracts, this cannot go on. We are an infrastructure company. Citelum is in the business of urban lighting, mobility, security systems for cities. We work everywhere in the world. When I see the suffering caused by climate change, and I see it everywhere in the world, I have to say that women, children, and the poor are the hardest hit. I've seen it at firsthand. And so corporate social responsibility has got to be delivered on. We can't just pay this lip service. We have to walk the talk, and we have clients we're very proud of. Copenhagen, which was mentioned this morning. I know we have a representative from Copenhagen here today. Copenhagen has pledged to be carbon neutral by 2025, and through smart urban lighting, we have contributed to that. The city was awarded a prize at the COP24. So cities such as Copenhagen are inspiring to us. These are people who are committed to change. They have got targets, and they want to change the world. The future of business is to be found there. Regarding the Women for Climate program, what does it help you do as mayor? What is it that this network has helped you do? How do you see this program? Answer. Well, yes, it is an accelerator. As all women are involved, and we will get nowhere without women, because women are #1 victims of climate change, so that everywhere in the world, women have got to get involved. In Senegal, that is our goal. Putting women in the front line so that they can raise awareness. We have limited resources. We have had to give up waste management. That responsibility has been taken away from us. Yes, but I say we still have a responsibility to ensure that the city of Dakar is a pleasant place to live. So that remains a responsibility of ours. And that's why I think it's critical for women to remain center stage. To conclude, I'd like to ask each of you to give us your motto that encapsulates your hope for the future. It can be a sentence or just one word. Mounia, we say, onwards and upwards and down with straws. That's our motto. Carmen, I say that climate change has raised the biggest challenge and we can overcome this challenge together. I would say that women are center stage, and they've got to take up the challenge. Absolutely. Thank you all very kindly.